Lil Baby should have known to get the permit and license before having the strap with it, man. If he would have just at least did that, then he wouldn't have gotten into the trouble that he got into. And a lot of people say that, he had enough money to get the security guard. He had enough to have a whole bodyguard, somebody that had it. If he doesn't want to get the permit or the license to carry, which like he don't have a maybe he got something on his record, he can't do that. Maybe he tried to and they told him he can't, so he should have at least had the security guards and something. But a lot of these rappers, they let the pride get in the way. They think that if you have the bodyguard or the security guard, it makes you less or it makes you scared or something like that. And so he didn't want to be looked at as being weak or whatever like that and needing the bodyguard, because a lot of these rappers, they'll clown on each other and they'll diss each other saying, oh, why you walk around with the bodyguard, why don't you keep it on, this and that. And so it's to fulfill the fantasies of how they want to be looked at. And they always trying to, basically all the rappers are actually trying to like flex on everybody, make it seem like they're the toughest guy in the room. They want to make it look like they don't need nobody, but at the same time, if they wanted to, they could call an army of dudes to pull up, right? But then then something like this happens, and it's like, why? Where was your thinking? Where was your thinking cap on? Why is Lil Baby taking this whole huge risk and everything? He inside casinos and all that with it, and you're not supposed to have one. He got caught. They seen it. Like they got the cameras that could detect that kind of stuff. Plus, he had it poking out of his waistband. So when he sat down in the chair, you could see the whole entire outline of that. He had a strap on him right by his hip and his side. So they peeped that. The security watches every single thing. It's too much money inside of those type of places for them to just be not keeping a close eye on everybody. They don't care that Lil Baby has money and everything like that. They don't care if he's a millionaire and he's dropping all this type of money and that they're making money off of him. At the end of the day, they have rules that they gotta go by, because if they let Lil Baby walk around that place like that and their bosses was to find out, they'd get shut down. The whole business will get shut down. They're not allowed to have nobody inside there. And so that, just because you a rapper doesn't mean you get to break the rules. That's why he got in trouble. And so this is why, like, it was basically where, they could have just thought about it a little bit. They could have just took the time to be like, is this a good idea? He don't got the permit or the license. Should he have just had a bodyguard? He could have even had his own security team that's from out there that he could have paid to walk with him and stand to the tables with him, especially if he's having a lot of money on him. And a lot of these rappers, they're being targeted because of the money that they carry on them, the jewelry they wearing around their neck, the watches and everything like that. So Lil Baby's like a walking lick out there. He got all his jewelry, he got all the money on him. He's got over $1 million worth of stuff. So to him, he's thinking, I don't want to take a chance and just be walking by myself with nothing on me in case somebody does try to come up and do something. And so at the same time, he could have did that while he was outside, but he must have not known the rules that once you inside the place, you can't just bring that in there. And the only people that can have it is actual officers and actual guards that's hired by the casinos and everything. So at the end of the day, Lil Baby, like, they just basically should have been a lot smarter in doing and moving around. Like, you got to move around in 2024. You got to move smart. You got to be one step ahead of everybody else. And so you can't just be lacking and forgetting about this rule at this one place. You can't be forgetting about all the different little things that could get you in trouble. You got to have permits and licenses, the proper certificates for everything. They would give him an ID. If he went and got the whole to carry license, he would have got an ID card, and all he would have had to do was show it. And the worst they could do is tell him that, he has to leave because they just don't want him there anyway. So, but the fact that, they had to call the authorities to come in, because that's a major red flag. That's a major alert right there, that they don't want nobody's safety. If Lil Baby gets into an argument with somebody, or somebody tries him because he's a rapper or whatever like that, it could go down right there, and somebody could take that from him and use it on him, and anything could really happen. So at the end of the day, they already seen how 42 Doug already had a situation in the same casino where he got ragdolled and thrown around. So they already been ran into a lot of different issues where people like Lil Baby, rappers and celebrities and all this and like they came in with the same thing and they all were kicked out, either got locked up like Lil Baby, whatever, you know. So he should have learned from example from all the other times that this happened, man. But you know, he thought he could be low key. He thought he could be able to get away with it. He must have been lit off of something, you know, because he's been acting all weird a little lately. Lil Baby, when you seen him in that video, them actually putting the cuffs on him, and he tried to offer the other security guard. It was too late, but he tried to offer him $250,000 to make a phone call. Maybe it was to Lil Baby's lawyer or something like that, or maybe it was to somebody who could try to get Lil Baby out the trouble. Somebody who has some pull and some power, like that, knows the actual law enforcement from out there. They know the DAs and everything like that. He was probably trying to call somebody to get him out of that jam, but once he was in them cuffs, it was too late. Nobody wanted to do him no favors. No one wanted to take his money, nothing like that, because he's already in the wrong and they just doing their job. Like, he should have thought about all this and who to call before he walked up in that place with what he had on him, because you should know, you a grown man. Lil Baby's a grown man. There's no saying, oh, I didn't know about it, and then they just give you a slap on the wrist. No, they have to pretty much take it to the fullest extent, lock him up, boom, put it in, throw away the key. He's gonna get bail. He's gonna get bonded out. I mean, he has money and everything like that, but Lil Baby also at the same time got somebody in 4PF who's an informant. So they could have been telling on Lil Baby. They could have been watching Lil Baby the whole entire time, waiting for him to slip up at a moment like this, because you already heard that the DA from Atlanta said that they were trying to get the RICO charges on every group, and 4PF was in that paperwork that came out with the list of everybody that's being watched, all the rap groups, all the people from Atlanta, and this all started last year. So the thing about this is the fact that Lil Baby could have had a lot of people in his entourage telling on him, saying, yeah, he's over there and he got the strap on and he's walking into the place right now. You know, somebody could have told on him at the same time, and that they could have been waiting for him to have something to where he gets in trouble so they could sweep him up, because he has a past, he has the record and everything like that. It's been Lil Baby he did Fed time and everything before, so he's not supposed to have none of that on him, but he could have had something to remove that from his record. So it's like, whatever it is, it's a serious situation, because he may or may not even supposed to have that at all in the first place, let alone inside the building where it's actually prohibited. So the fact that they came and got him is no surprise, because this is what they would have did to any other person that got caught the same way that he got caught. And so now we're going to see, are they going to let him out on bond? He's pretty mad right now. He's been trying to talk to his whole entire team to get him out. And so he's pretty much going to have to go and fight this whole entire case and try to see, you know, what he could do to lessen the blow from this, because now they're going to pretty much restrict him, and he might be on an ankle monitor. They might tell him he can't go out of state to do certain shows or anything like that. So it's a lot more to come. We were looking at the updates, and we're about to hear from Lil Baby respond about this himself.